All right, what I'm going to show you is how they do the DWV plumbing for new houses. These are mass construction houses. They build them by the tens of thousands every year. So they've got this, they've got the technique figured out, pat. So I'm going to show you how they do this. All right, here you have the tap. Actually, this is not the tap, but this is where the building sewer connects to what's known as the lateral. So the lateral runs from here until, let's see, what does it say here? No, this is the storm. It's not sanitary. Okay, so you can see it right here. The lateral runs from that green riser until here, and then somewhere around here, it connects to the municipal / district sanitary drain system. Now, don't get confused with this. This is storm only. So storm and sewer are separate. So the sewer system, you can see a manhole for the sewer system over there in the distance. So it's right in the middle of the road. So yeah, so it continues from here until the middle of the road. That's known as the lateral. They don't ever expect to ever mess with the lateral. The lateral is going to stay put. So the only thing they might have to do is right here, where the customer hooks up to the lateral. So this might have to be swapped out later. In fact, this is where the owner's responsibility begins, is right here. Okay, so up until here, it is 4-inch. This is 4-inch. Now, continuing here, it is also 4-inch. This is known as the building sewer. Again, this is the owner's property at this point. And at this point, this is the building sewer. Now, they make this from cheap pipe. This is known as, if you look at it, it's called SDR 26. SDR stands for Standard Dimension Ratio, ASTM D3034. Right, so this is actually, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look up the code on this, but I believe this is thinner than normal. I'm trying to save money. Look at this. Look how easily crushed this pipe is. This is not the standard Schedule 40 pipe. Anyway, okay, so the building sewer runs here. Now, I don't know exactly where it is underground, but I know it's somewhat of a diagonal, goes across here, and I know it enters the house somewhere here in the garage, under the garage. So, like I said, I don't know if this is a long, sharp diagonal until somewhere around here, or the diagonal continues under the slab, and it straightens out later. But either way, what we know is that at this point, by the time it reaches this drainage stack right here, the building drain, as it is called, is right under this drainage stack. Okay, so this stack here, this drainage stack, is a 3-inch drainage stack. So normally in the good old days, these would be, these stacks would have a vent. Okay, so these were known as, so it would have a drainage stack in the bottom, and then on the top, it would continue through the roof, and the upper portion where no drainage enters the pipe is known as the stack vent. So that's the stack vent. But this pipe does not have a vent. So this is a drainage stack only. Now, you're gonna ask me, isn't that illegal for a stack not to have a vent? And the answer is yes, it does have a vent. It has, it has an AAV. And I'll show you later where the AAV is, but they don't vent it through the roof, not this one. Now, code requires them to vent through the roof, one venting through the roof per building drain. So for the entire house, you only need one pipe in the system, one riser, one vent that goes through the roof, but it doesn't have to be this one. So even though this is the main drainage stack for the second floor, it does not vent through the roof, not this drainage stack. Okay, so you can see that, you have several branches on this, horizontal branches on this drainage stack. So you have the, there's a bathroom downstairs too, and I'll get to that later. But as far as upstairs is concerned, this is the water closet right here. You can see the closet vent, and you see two branches emptying into that 3-inch line. So the right one is the tub slash shower. You can see the P-trap right there. This is the only one that has a P-trap between the joists. The water closet doesn't need a P-trap because it's integrated in the actual toilet. And this one, which is the other branch that ties into the 3-inch horizontal branch, this one is the lavatory. So this one also has a P-trap under the sink, under the lavatory. So you're not going to see a P-trap over here. Now these are 2-inch, however, above the plywood, it reduces to 1.5, especially the lavatory, but actually they reduced this one too. A tub is typically drained by 1.5-inch drain. So that's how they do it. You can reduce, you cannot, of course, you can reduce upstream, you cannot reduce downstream. So this is legal. This fitting here is a double Y. So they use a double Y because horizontally you're not permitted by code. You cannot tie in to a horizontal branch using a sanitary T. So you have to use a Y. This is a double Y with a 45, so it's basically a combo Y. Okay, now here you can see another branch that is tying into this 3-inch line. And this one is for the clothes washer, the washing machine. So this is a weird turn that they made here. I don't particularly like it. What's going on there? That's 22 and a 45, and that's a 60, 45 and a 22. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, they messed around to try to fit it in. Now the reason they couldn't tie it in straight to the stack is because probably they wouldn't have had enough room, because they would have had to use a Y, and the Y kind of takes up a lot of space, so there would have been a protrusion here beyond the framing. So they didn't want that. So that's probably the reason they did it that way. Anyway, here you see the branch line for the clothes washer, and it goes all the way here, and here they have to adjust a little. They don't want to do a 90 degree because it's a smoother turn this way, much better this way. So they do 245s. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like upstairs. Okay, so here you can see the standpipe and the P-trap for the clothes washer. So here you're allowed to use a sanitary T. Everything is okay here, because this is horizontal to vertical, that's fine. And here you can see, finally, you see the vent. So everything above this sanitary T is part of the vent. So this is known as the stack vent, and this vents the entire building drain. At least legally, this is how they conceptualize it. There's a vent through roof required for the building drain, and this is it, right here. So why didn't they put it here? I don't know, because they had some obstruction here. I don't know, not sure why they don't go straight out, but they have a horizontal offset here. So anything 6 inches above the flood level rim, they're allowed to do an offset. So, so by code, you cannot offset it any lower. See, this would be the flood level rim. So this is the lowest that they can offset it. But of course, they're offsetting it in the attic, so there's no problem. It's plenty high for the offset. And there you have the vent through roof over there. So this more or less covers everything. Now there is, so here you can see what I showed you earlier. You can see the tub over there. You can see the toilet. It's a 3-inch. That's the main horizontal branch that we saw downstairs. And then we have these 2-inch branches that tie into the main horizontal branch. This one is a double sanitary T. So again, horizontal to vertical, you're allowed to use a sanitary T. So they're using a double T here to tie in the 2 vanity bowls that they're gonna have in this section right here. Now, hold on a second here. There's another one here. Oh, we haven't looked at this. Okay, let's see how this one ties in. Let's have a look at this. Here, there's some more piping. And let's go downstairs and see how they set that one up. There's actually there's also a shower. Yeah, so there's a shower. There's a toilet, and these should be 2 vanities. Wow, this is part of the master bath. Big ones. Okay, so let's see what's going on downstairs. How they tied these in. Okay, here you can see another stack, another drainage stack. Again, this doesn't go through the roof. This doesn't vent through the roof. So it just goes into the building drain. It goes straight into the building drain. There's no venting other than the AAV. Oh, I forgot to mention about the AAV. So the way the AAV works is that, you see this is the vanity right here, and they're gonna have, P-trap is gonna be here, okay? But what they're gonna do is, they're gonna put in a sanitary tee over here, and after the P-trap, meaning the P-trap is here, okay? So this is the arm of the P-trap, and they're gonna put a sanitary tee here. They're gonna put the AAV over here. It's gotta be 6 inches above the drain, and that's gonna be the vent. And that's, in theory, that vents the entire bathroom group. So it's gonna be venting the tub, the toilet, and of course the vanity. Okay, now back to the ceiling. So here you can see how they did it. They have a 3-inch line, and everything ties into this line. So over there you have the 2 vanities, number 1, number 2. Here you can see the fitting that reduces the 3-inch line to a 2-inch line. This is actually, this double Y is a 3 by 2 by 2. So, the 2 straight ends are 3-inch, and the 2 45-degree inlets are 2-inch. So one of them goes to the second vanity, and the other one goes to the shower. So this is the shower. And then this one, of course, goes to the toilet. So there you have it. That takes care of the whole thing. Now the building drain runs straight here. You can see the stack over here, 1 drainage stack, runs straight through the slab. And here you have the other drainage stack, and that's it.